Welcome to 100% Jake, or Hoovie's Garage, or whatever the hell this is. Let's get started. This is a 2016 BMW 235i. It is the one that 100% Jake laughs at. I don't know why. He says the cars are great, the engines are not. We're going to show you what we found wrong with it today. It came in running rough, burning oil, and it runs really, really bad. We're not going to be able to show you running it today because of the diagnosis we did. We're going to run you through all the steps we went through. We are going to play the game today, what you think is wrong with this N55 engine that's under the hood. But before we dive into why this thing is basically mechanically totaled now, let's take a look around it. So here's the front of this 235i in performance, and it has been in a wreck. That whole front fascia has been replaced. As you can see here, some of the gaps aren't lining up or fully attached or whatever. The paint they got right pretty well, but you can see the hood is popped open because we're going to show you what's underneath going on. But it does have some wheels that appear to be carbon fiber, but they're not. It's actually like a coating over aluminum wheels. It says in performance. It has a carbon fiber appearance package on the mirrors. You can see the rest of the car is in pretty good shape. Got nice shiny paint on it, and it is a 2016. It's fairly new. You can see on the rear deck lid it says X-Drive, and it has the In Performance 235i badge on there. We do have the trunk popped because it's electronic and we're doing some work. We don't want it to lock on us. We've got a soft moving blanket here to keep it from closing. This thing's been burning oil so badly that there's actually spatter. You can kind of see a spatter pattern on the back here, and it is very sooty, dirty in there. It's burning oil pretty heavily, actually. And we go down this side, equally as nice, but it's not so nice under the hood. But the interior has some interesting features about it. Mrs. Wizard, take it away.
Thanks for joining me today, and this is what you get. That's it. There's nothing else to show you because I can't turn it on. So yes, you are seeing a BMW dash without any lights on. I know, kind of shocked, aren't you? But looks easy to read, you know, it's clean. The dash is in good shape. Looks like they have a radar detector over there. And ooh, the custom Crackle Edition screen. Yes, I hear this is a common problem with this screen in BMWs of this model because probably the sun kind of bakes it a little bit. And being that this is Kansas, we have a little bit of a humidity problem in the summer. So water, moisture, sun, ooh, good recipe for a crackle finish. I'd let you see what it looks like with the turned on, but I can't. The rest of the dash looking good, nothing crazy going on. I like the Alcantara with the blue and red stitching on it. That looks nice. There's a little bit of fraying going on that right side, but still looking nice. It has a very wide HVAC system, which I guess allows for a little hidey hole, cup holders, aux port, and the nozzle spray bottle. Not sure why that's in here, but nonetheless it is there. We do see we have a gear selector with more of our blue and red striping on there, and we can choose some different options for our driving mode with a little bit more of that carbon fiber appearance package. One thing that really jazzes up the interior are these nice kind of a persimmon red seat. They are in really nice shape. So far the car is in really good shape. I just wish that was not the case under the hood. But the floor is looking nice. Got a water bottle down there, nothing crazy. A little bit of dust and dirt, but again, we've had a lot of snowstorms here in Kansas. Got more of that red accent in the center of that door panel and more of that carbon fiber accent on the door handle itself. The red leather continues to the back seat, and I like how the center section has just kind of a little tray there that you can maybe stow, I don't know, phones, whatnot in there. But looking good. Got headrests that lay down, which makes it so much easier when you're driving. You don't have to worry about blind spots. Headrest is a nice dark charcoal Alcantara, but again, it's looking good. So here's our steering wheel with a lovely BMW logo in the center section. So covering up that airbag is that lovely logo. So enough of this interior talk. Let's get under the hood. I'm really curious what's going on and what's so bad.
So what's wrong with this engine? I talked to 100% Jake, who's the editor for Hoovie from Hoovie's Garage. He also has his own channel, 100% Jake. He is a BMW enthusiast. He really loves BMWs. When I mentioned to him it was a 235i, not the 240, and it was smoking and misfiring, he immediately messaged me and just kind of sent the smiling or laughing emoji. He's like, "Wizard, it's an N55 engine. The car is great, the engines are hot garbage. He said they're absolute, literal trash. I was like, what? It's a 2016, man. What do you mean hot garbage? He's like, there's so many dead ones all over God's green earth. Tons of them. It's like, well, that's terrible. But before we wanted to give it that bad diagnosis, we did the test ourselves to verify 100% Jake's theory. We checked for misfires. There are some bad misfires. We checked all kinds of data PIDs and things on the scan tool. We checked fuel pressure. We checked all kinds of things, vacuum leaks. So let's play the game and see if you guys can guess what's wrong with this engine. What makes it so bad? Is it A, wiring issue that's causing a meltdown and doing some damage? Is it B, a cylinder coating issue on the sides of the cylinders? Or is it C, a bad oil pump issue? Let us know in the comments what you think it is. I'll go grab Danielson. We're going to dive in and show you what's wrong and what makes these engines so bad. All right, Danielson, which, by the way, you've been making some serious progress. I've been seeing you up here filming a lot for your channel.
24/7, here till like midnight, just getting a lot of work done.
Tons and tons of work. There's a ton of awesome videos coming. You guys can see some major updates on the little Fiat that we have in the shop here. Tons of other cars and things he's got going on. Definitely head over to his channel. Click the link below. There's going to be a ton of content coming. You guys are going to love it. Really good stuff. So on this thing, I told everyone there was 3 possible issues here and let them choose in the comments what they think is wrong. So I'll go through them with you. Is it A, like a wiring meltdown or something serious caused damage?
Move on.
No? Okay. I'll start with the last one and then we'll move to the middle one. Is it an oil pump starvation or oil pump issue?
I would say no.
No? Okay, the last one, the middle one I guess I should say, is cylinder coating or liner or a ring issue.
Yes,
Yes.
100%.
That's what you found, huh?
Yes, we've ran into this issue before with, I think, this engine as well.
Yeah, I mentioned to them out there, I was talking to 100% Jake and messaging him this morning. He was like, the 240 had a good engine, but the N55 and the 235, he said the car's great, but the engine is hot garbage. He said they're trash. So let's get the hood open and find out what you found that's damning evidence for this engine.
It is sad. It is very sad.
It's sad. We'll start from the front one and work our way back.
Okay.
So here's underneath the hood, and it currently has the engine cover on top. Just kind of give you guys an idea what it looks like. It says In Performance, BMW. And underneath is the N55 engine, which we have the coils and plugs removed. Anderson's already ran through all the testing that finalized our diagnosis. We're going to start at cylinder 1 and work our way back to cylinder number 6 and show you the results, and this engine is unrebuildable. All right, Danielson, take it away.
So you can see some discoloration and like this peppering effect right here in this area, like if it had detonation. Now that's just a guess, but you can definitely start seeing the, I guess, the lines from the cylinder just starting to wear away pretty badly. Now number 1 is not as bad as the last one we're gonna see, but you can start seeing
some lines like scrapes in there.
Yeah, this one's starting. This would eventually fail.
Let's check out number 2.
So number 2, much like the first one, has a few scrapes right here. They're a little hard to see, but this one is also starting to wear out. So let's move on to number 3. So cylinder number 3, it's all the way up, so I can't really see much, but I already looked in there, and it looks just like 1 and number 2, just minor scrapes on the cylinder. So we're gonna move on to number 4.
All right.
So right here, you can see there's a weird spot, and when you run the light through it, it kind of bends the light a little bit. Like it's actually worn in to the cylinder.
So it's worn through the special coating all the way down to the aluminum.
Yeah, that's pretty bad right there.
That is bad.
And obviously you still have the streaks, the scratches on the coating all over the place.
Wow. All right, so it's gotten pretty bad so far. Number 4, it's looking pretty bad. You're telling me it gets worse from here?
It gets worse from here.
Oh my goodness. Well, let's head on to number 5 and number 6 and see what we see.
So this is cylinder number 5, and much like number 4, you can see that it's worn through the coating, it looks like.
Oh my.
Look at those deep gouges.
Oh, wow.
This thing it's ruined.
That one was pretty bad, but you're saying the last one is the worst one.
Yeah, so number 1 through 5, I sprayed a little bit of penetrating oil because they seem to be stuck. But on number 6, I didn't. So all the oil that you're going to see in there came from the crankcase, not from me putting oil in.
Oh, wow. So that's where it's burning oil the worst, probably.
This is the worst. This is the worst one.
All right.
So this one is cylinder number 6. The piston is coated in oil, and then right here you can see the biggest gouge that we've seen so far.
Oh my, it looks like Wolverine scraped down the side. It's deep.
Yeah, with its middle finger.
Oh my goodness. Wow. And there's oil all over the top of the piston, huh?
Yeah, it's coated. It is coated. And the cylinder 2, it has settled a little bit, but when I went in here, everything was completely soaked.
Oh, wow.
The spark plug, everything.
If you spend a little money, 100, 200 bucks, not much, you can get one of these borescope cameras, and it literally answers the questions black and white, yes or no. It can give you definitive, guaranteed answers. Just like we looked into these cylinders, we now know this thing is toast. We don't need to discuss it or research anything, all because of that tool. And it's on our Amazon affiliates link in the description below. A lot of tools we use in the shop are for sale there. If you purchase anything there, we get a small cut and really appreciate it. So, but there's more to the story, isn't there, Danielson, other than the cylinder walls are shot?
Yes, the spark plugs are also cooked. Because when it came in, apart from the smoking, it also had a misfire. Pretty bad one, too.
Let's take a look at these spark plugs. So all of the gouging in the cylinder walls is reducing compression and it's burning oil like crazy. But the misfire we actually found was coming from some spark plug issues. Danielson, show us what you found.
So on some of these, let me see, not that one. Oh, this one right here. You can see how the ceramic on the inside has broken.
Oh, the whole thing is moving around.
So that shouldn't be it.
The whole spark plug's broken. That might be some of that peppering you mentioned.
Yeah, it might be detonation causing the peppering plus breaking spark plugs just from the oil being introduced into the combustion chamber, lowering the octane on the combustion chamber, causing that detonation in there, just causes all kinds of problems. That wasn't even the only one. This is number 6 right here. So you can see it's all coated in oil, and it was also broken too.
Oh, it's broken too. My goodness. So what would cause the ceramic insulator tips on these to just break like that?
In this case, it seems detonation. Detonation increases the pressure inside of that combustion chamber by a lot, breaking a lot of stuff, causing that peppering. We can get into more detail about that, but it's simple detonation, just breaks everything.
So the main culprit is the gouged cylinder walls allowing a ton of oil to get in and causing issues with the actual detonation or the ignition of the fuel mixture. And then it's blowing up the spark plugs, which is causing it to misfire even worse. It's kind of like two fires feeding each other. Even if we put new spark plugs, which we might recommend to the customer, it might get them by a little while longer, but it's not going to solve the fact that this engine is toast. All right, I'll let you get back to break, Danielson. Thanks for your all the information you found. Very good diagnosis there. And make sure to go check out Danielson, his channel, in the link below.
Definitely. Thank you.
All right. So we played the game. We now know what is wrong with this car. And other than a brand new engine, not a used one, a brand new one, there's no fix for this. This engine is done.
Wait, Wizard, can't you put like some snake oil stuff in the oil and make it last longer?
No. No snake oil is going to make up for the severe Wolverine gouges all down the cylinders. Also, these engines, just like Mercedes of yesteryear, for a long time, and they still do this, it's an aluminum block with no steel, no sleeves, no nothing. Just aluminum. And there's a special coating on the sides of the cylinder. That's all that stands between the ring and the aluminum. And if that gets compromised, like in the old days on the Mercedes, fuel wash could actually deteriorate it and it would wear down and ruin the block. So no snake oil, magic fix in a bottle is going to take care of this issue. It's just not.
Why can't you re-sleeve the cylinders?
No one re-sleeves these engines. The way that they're designed, they cannot be sleeved. And by the time you do all that and pay the machining bill and all the parts and timing chains and all the new stuff you're going to put back on it, you'll be at the cost of a new engine. You will have zero savings, even if someone could sleeve it. But that's not an option. No one sleeves these. They don't even sell sleeves for these. Where would you even buy them? So that's not an option, unfortunately.
Okay, so if I can't sleeve it, can I overbore it?
Well, you're going to have bare aluminum. How are you going to get the coating back on there that's required for this engine to run? Guys, I know you want to find a cheap fix for this. There's got to be a way. No, there's not. 100% Jake verified. I asked him about it. He said the only good fix is a brand new engine from BMW. They don't rebuild these. Even BMW will not rebuild these engines because once this coating on the side of the cylinder walls is done, that block is done. There is no fix. So this must be the month of dead engines. I'm kind of sad about that. They came here for answers. We have the answers. We found them. We always do find the answer here at Omega. Unfortunately, lately the answers have been gut punches. I'm not going to lie and try to make up a lie. I have to tell them what's really wrong and what the options are. And just like I always do, when the news is catastrophic like this customer will receive no bill. I'm not going to charge them. They already have bad enough news. They're going to have to scramble and figure out, what are we going to do with this thing? So, a used engine is not an option either because it will have the same problem as this one. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, if you're curious what kind of tools we use here at the shop, just like that borescope camera, check our Amazon affiliates link in the description below. If you purchase anything there, we get a small cut and we really appreciate it. Make sure to check Danielson's channel out. There's a link in the description below for that as well. And make sure to hit the subscribe button here because there's so many more cool videos to come. Thanks for watching.